Korean literature's realism era first opened with Isolated Room. Its setting, South Korea's birthplace of industrialism, Guro Industrial Complex. 2 decades have passed, and now there's just a few signs of factories, industrial workers, and other elements of the novel, like buses 118 and 109, which the main character takes to school. All that's left is the novel itself. It's our route to revisit Guro District in 1978 and the dreams and memories of a girl in an isolated room.
This writing is neither fiction nor nonfiction. I have a feeling it will be a mix.
That is how Shin Gyeong-suk opened her isolated room, completed in August 1995.
A writer in the novel, I got a phone call from a high school friend.
내가 10대 때 만났던 친구 중에 한 사람이 전화를 걸어와서 너는 왜 우리 이야기는 쓰지 않느냐라는 그런 질문이 좀 뼈아프게 가슴에 사무쳤고, 그래서 여러 가지 동기, 딱히 어떤 것 한 가지 때문에 시작한 건 아니고요. 우선은 글쓰기라는 것이 무엇인가, 그것이 인간의 영역을 이렇게 좀 더 언어로서 더 얼마만큼 넓힐 수 있는 것인가, 그런 실험도 해보고 싶었고.
With rice planting over, the 16-year-old takes a train to Seoul to be with her brother. She sees towering tall buildings for her first time. The country back then was focused on developing its industrial strength. In a fast-growing city corner in Guro 1 complex, she enters society as a factory worker. In this market, teenage girls gather at the end of their 12-hour shifts to buy something for dinner. In these little rooms, the exhausted girls could find refuge and their dreams. After slaving away for a few hundred won a day, at 17 years of age, she finds hope in the form of high school. The small hope came at a price.
학교에 가기 위해서는 또 그 환경에서 내 동료들이나 이런 사람들을 약간 배반해야 했었으니까, 다른 사람들은 왜 다 자연스럽게 가는 학교를 나는 그렇게 누군가를 아프게 하면서 가야 하는가 하는 그런 회의는 있었죠. 그러나 가야 한다고 생각했어요.
Her long days at work would be topped off by 4 hours of studies. They resented being referred to as farm by day, study by night. Still, the girls from the isolated rooms pursue their new small dreams at school. She begins to lose faith in life and starts getting tired of studying when her teacher Chae Hong-yi gives her a book and urges her to become a writer. Those words became a guiding light to a girl who had dreamed of becoming a writer, but didn't quite know how. The hours of copying novels keep the teenager who had almost given up hope going.
내가 다니고 있던 회사는 직장 폐사가 되고 이런 상황이었죠. 그러니까 어떤 자존심이 법이 상하는 거, 좀 굴욕적인 느낌, 그런 거를 그 난장이가 쏘아올린 작은 공을 내 노트에 옮기면서 극복할 수 있었던 것 같아요. 그리고 훗날 훗날 다시 대학에 들어와서 정식으로 그 책하고 마주 앉아서 읽었을 때에 느꼈던 어떤 감동이란 건 대단했죠. 그 소설은 잊지 않고 있어요. 네.
She's perhaps the most loved stylist in modern Korean literature. After her debut in 1985 with Winter Fable, Shin churned out masterpieces like Where the Organ Once Was, Long Ago When I Left Home, and Deep Sorrow. Her unique lyrical style and sentimental materials connected with the readers, who drive her popularity.
소설가 신경숙은 외딴방 이전에 이미 베스트셀러 작가의 반열에 오르긴 했지만 한국문학 전통에서 약간 비껴서 있는 작가였습니다. 하지만 리얼리티가 가져다준 승리라고 부를 수 있는 외딴방으로 인해서 신경숙은 한국 현대문학사에 굵은 족적을 남겼다고 말할 수 있겠습니다.
This is where the isolated room of dreams once stood. The buildings are gone, but the memories are still fresh. She had suffered the brunt of being a low-paid industrial worker. An 18-year-old dictatorship came to an abrupt end in October 1979 when the president was assassinated. Always a law-abiding citizen, but the shop owner was dragged off to a state correctional facility. The despair she felt from waiting for her politically active third brother to false hopes of democracy in Seoul are all recorded in the story. Then there's her most painful past. Hee-jae, her best friend, in another isolated room, commits suicide. Her death brings an end to the teenager's time in isolated rooms. She leaves the neighborhood for good. 4 years after her initial arrival at the isolated rooms.
After college, and after establishing herself as a writer, it takes her long to confront her past she had buried.
외딴방은 섬세한 문체를 통하여 노동자의 삶 구석구석까지 구체적이면서도 총체적으로 한 시대의 전형적인 풍속도를 성공적으로 재현해내고 있습니다. 그로 인해서 외딴방은 1990년대 소설 가운데 가장 뛰어난 소설이라고 평가될 수 있을 것입니다.
Not sure if this could be labeled as literature. Thinking about writing, what is it to me personally? And with this question, Isolated Room ends.
Shin Gyeong-suk says she never set out trying to change Korean literature. But a fellow isolated roommate's request to write about their lives is recalled. And Shin's isolated room begins a new chapter in Korean postmodernism. Autumn 2004. This place, once packed with teenage workers in the 70s, is now a high-tech industrial center. The teenage factory girls are gone.
Can't help but wonder where those girls from the isolated rooms are now. Could they be living in 2-storied houses with courtyards as they had wished?